In a vast kingdom, King Alexander, a wise and just ruler, lay on his deathbed. He had built a prosperous empire, but now, as his life neared its end, he worried about who would succeed him. His 3 sons, Richard, Victor, and Edward, each had the potential to lead, but King Alexander knew that only one could be truly worthy of the throne. Summoning his sons to his bedside, the king spoke with a voice filled with both authority and tenderness. "My sons," he began, "the time has come for one of you to take my place. But the throne is not just a prize, it is a burden that requires wisdom, compassion, and strength. To determine who among you possesses these qualities, I give you one final test." The brothers leaned in, eager to hear their father's challenge. "In the far western desert lies the oasis of truth," the king continued. "Within its waters is a pearl, known as the Pearl of Destiny. It is said that whoever finds and returns with this pearl is destined to lead. You must journey to the oasis, retrieve the pearl, and bring it back to me. But beware, the journey will test more than just your physical strength. It will test your heart." The brothers immediately set out on their journey, each determined to prove himself worthy. Richard, the eldest, was a fearless warrior, known for his unmatched strength and bravery. He charged ahead, confident that his might would see him through. Along the way, he encountered a band of thieves attacking a caravan. Without hesitation, Richard drew his sword and fought them off, saving the merchants. But instead of ensuring their safety, he continued his journey, focused solely on the prize. The merchants, grateful but now stranded in the desert, watched him leave without offering them further aid. Victor, the middle son, was known for his sharp intellect and strategic mind. He carefully planned his route, using his knowledge of the stars and desert winds to find the fastest way to the oasis. During his journey, he came across a group of travelers lost in the desert. They begged him for help, but Victor, calculating that stopping would delay him, gave them directions and pressed on. He reached the oasis quickly, but the travelers, unable to follow his vague guidance, wandered deeper into the desert. Edward, the youngest, was kind-hearted and gentle. Unlike his brothers, he took his time, helping those he met along the way. He shared his water with a thirsty stranger, carried an injured man to safety, and gave food to a starving child. His progress was slow, but his heart was light, knowing he had done what he could to ease the suffering of others. By the time he reached the oasis, he was exhausted, and instead of finding a shining pearl, he found only a small, dull stone at the bottom of the pool. Accepting it with humility, Edward began the long journey back. When the brothers returned to the palace, they each presented what they had found. Richard proudly displayed a large, glowing pearl, boasting of his victory over the thieves. Victor showed a smaller, yet still beautiful pearl, speaking of his quick journey and clever route. Edward, with quiet dignity, showed the small stone he had brought back, making no excuses or justifications. The king listened to each of his sons, observing them carefully. Finally, he spoke. "Richard," he said, "you have great strength, but strength without compassion is nothing more than brutality. You saved the merchants, but you left them in the desert, more concerned with your goal than with their safety." Turning to Victor, he continued, "Victor, your intelligence is indeed a gift, but intelligence without empathy can be a dangerous thing. You reached the oasis quickly, but you left those in need behind, valuing speed over kindness." Finally, the king addressed Edward. "And you, my youngest son, you have shown true wisdom. The stone you carry is not just any stone, it is the heart of the kingdom. It symbolizes the qualities a ruler must have: compassion, humility, and a willingness to serve others, even at great personal cost. You did not find the Pearl of Destiny because you did not need it. You are the Pearl of Destiny." With those words, the king declared Edward the rightful heir to the throne. Richard and Victor, realizing the truth in their father's words, bowed to their younger brother, pledging their loyalty to him. Edward became a beloved ruler, leading with the wisdom and kindness that had guided him throughout his journey. Under his reign, the kingdom flourished, and the lessons of the king's final test became the foundation of a new era of peace and prosperity. moral of the story. True leadership is not about power, strength, or intellect alone, but about compassion, humility, and the ability to put others before oneself. The greatest rulers are those who lead with their hearts, understanding that to serve is to truly rule. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more inspiring tales, and join us as we bring you stories that uplift and inspire.